Greetings, YouTube. It is late. It is past midnight, and I have to be up early as I help lead the KT and I's final Evizone sponsored meme competition. Where if you don't make memes, you can still get $600 grand prize you could use for all the July 4th offers, or for rent, or whatever you want to use PayPal cash. It's not like it's going to be checked tomorrow morning. So if you're not entered by now, you got to do it like literally right now. With that being said, I sometimes can read something in a patch note and think, is that a nerf? Because it kind of seems like a nerf, but maybe I'm overreacting. And I think I said that when I read the patch notes. And the thing that I was most excited about was the inventory caps for Catalyst, which I've been talking about for a very long time. Now, there is an image going around. Let me see if I can pull it up. The community right now, and I'm not saying that it's not, didn't have a reason to be sent out, but there's a summoner named Canal Canine who sent this out, and I'm going to hide my webcam for a second so you can see that it clearly says on it, Nerf Mole Man. And so, naturally, understandably, expectedly, for people who have Mole Man, some at rank 4 as a 6-star, I have him at rank 3, people just, they kind of lost it. And this is not what Kabam was hoping for the day before their most important weekend of their spending quarter of 2022 to this point. So, when a thread was created to discuss said bug, and by bug I should say nerf, people were not hesitant to hold back. First off, I also did a video on this, but Kabam says that they're going to address, in some cases, the rewards for AQ, but I don't know how they're going to do it because the people who got screwed over still got the rewards this time, but they're trying to acknowledge it. So, Military Jane says, Mole Man, true accuracy no longer remains active while in frenzy mode. It was bound to happen. Okay, so that's one side of the perspective. I think it's important to not have some super overly emotional response from me, but to kind of show both sides of this. We've seen in plenty of cases Kabam, well after 1 year, sometimes 2 years of knowing something's bugged, just not address it. And really, that's the mistake. If they think something is a bug, just fix it in the next patch. Especially if it's a pro player bug. Because if a bug isn't fixed for X amount of months or years, then it doesn't feel like a bug, it just becomes an expectation. And that expectation gets clashed with Kabam saying things aren't working as intended. So, unless it was a bug, that's how it's always been. According to his bio, going into 10 monster mass makes true accuracy fall off. I might be wrong, but they did say they wouldn't change that ability and that they'll let it be as it is, but I can be wrong. Perhaps, or the team could have acknowledged how popular he's been in his current form for a very long time and updated his ability description. It might be a fix, but it feels like it's coming from the same place as the whole Namor Cole nerf fiasco from a few years ago, i.e. no, you can't have nice things, and I'm not sure it's a particularly canny time to annoy a lot of customers. Well, that's why I said, they probably should have put the patch notes out, I don't know, maybe Sunday. I realize that this is like the tradition of the calendar to put them out then, so Sunday's not really a realistic expectation. But at the same time, this is very much like Namor, who I still use, and he's fine, but I would be lying to you, and I would not be doing a service to my channel if I told you that there isn't a big difference between Namor now versus Namor before the nerf. And we haven't tested Mole Man out yet, but for some of you, you truly believe that there's going to be a big difference in the utility of Mole Man or Mole God. Now, I saw people in my live stream, and I'm like, really? Who just said, rest in peace to Mole Man. He's not a God tier champion anymore. I'm not ready to go there. I'm not ready to go there. And I'm not trying to be like overly defensive of Kabam. but I also don't want to assume something until I have my hands on the character after the patch is released. I do think they could have handled this from a PR perspective a million times better. And that's part of Kabam's problem, is that they just don't know when to not shoot themselves in their own foot, especially before people are supposed to spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. And there are calls for rank down tickets. Grass Knuckles, it was fun while it lasted. Here we go. Yeah, I'll take a rank down ticket now, please. This has been something he has been able to do for literally years. This completely changes him. I'd like my Catalyst back, please. Once rank down tickets are mentioned, it gets real. It gets really, really real. That's not true, just test a few seconds ago. Here he is. Oh, some people just don't know how to read, right? Just it's not now. It's in the patch notes. Been saying this was coming, and it finally did. Working in progress. He had a laugh emoji, so he's grabbing the popcorn. He's all in. Mulgod having his godhood stripped away from him. From a frequent on my team to another bench warmer, at least he'll have Domino to keep him company. Ooh, Domino just caught what the kids would say a stray. He's done it for about a year and 4 months. It is always a bug. If you actually read his description, no, you shouldn't get rank down tickets. So, a rank down ticket debate is in order. Both on the forums and I'm sure off the forums. Does this constitute a rank down ticket situation? And I can imagine that the comments of this video will be split, just as this forum post is split. Again, Kabam could have handled this way better than just putting a line item at the bottom of patch notes. We've seen that too often when they're addressing the community. And they could have said, yeah, this has been the way for a year plus. The timing, especially if you happen to get Mole Man, like what happens if you get Mole Man in one of your 6-star basic, but especially like a 6-star Nexus tomorrow? And you'd always choose him no matter what. But now you're like, I don't know. Is he going to be a member of my bench like Unio 77? Unio? Many recent games don't last that long. Anyone playing for the past 16 months who doesn't frequent the forums or YouTube, probably the majority of the player base, would have no idea this was an alleged bug and would be justified in feeling somewhat cheated. Plot thickens. This was brought up many times with no Kabam comment on it. Was working as intended or not. Almost 1.5 years, and they decide to fix it now. Many people ranked him up because, based on him being a reliable evade counter and damage dealer, this completely changes his whole kit, and playstyle rank down tickets absolutely should be issued. The rank down ticket debate continues. That's my takeaway. So, this was a lot of discussion. And then Mandalorian says, going to need some rank down tickets. That's why I ranked and used him, because under 10 charges when activating Frenzy, he kept true accuracy. I waited a long time before ranking to ensure it wasn't a bug, and after reading his abilities, it shouldn't be an issue, keeping it the way it has worked for over a year now after his buff. This is ridiculous if this change happens like this. It makes him useless a lot of the time and makes me not want him ranked. Better options, and this change isn't needed as it doesn't make him overpowered. Well, he's called Mole God for a reason, right? I want to know what your thoughts are on this. I do think Kabam needs to address this. They can't sweep it under the rug, especially because it's time for people to want to spend 18,000 units. And if they're not like me and they haven't saved up, tens of thousands of units, then to spend $600. So I look forward to Kabam addressing this, as they should be in PR crisis mode. But I also don't want to stretch this video out for 10 minutes just for the sake of doing that. So let's end it here. I've said what I wanted to say. Thanks for watching. Good morning, good night, whatever time you chose to click on this video. Thank you for doing that.